One, revolutionary greetings, all power to the people. I want to thank everybody for showing up, participating. I called for this conference because, for one, I see a need to introduce these various movements and some of the giants that represent them to a new generation of activists and up-and-coming revolutionaries. These are serious times, and one of the things I want us to ask ourselves is, what do we want to see come out of this conference? How can we build a united front that goes beyond just the nostalgia and replaying the greatest hits of a bygone era? When we hear college students screaming about genocide but do not talk about issues of domestic genocide inside of the U.S. empire, then that should be issues of concern. When we hear students and young activists rage about Palestine and other countries, rightly so, but do not talk about domestic colonial and neo-colonialism within the U.S. empire, that should be cause for concern. If these young prison abolitionists, radical and progressive students and others are not talking about national oppression and national liberation struggles within the U.S. borders and understanding that such exists, then we have a lot of work to be done. These are issues and subjects that should be high issues, and people should understand the intersectionality of such struggles. The work that Jalil is doing with the spirit of Mandela and the People's Senate should be common knowledge in activist circles, same as Liberate Our Elders campaign. The state has legitimized the extreme right with the pardon of the reactionary outright elements. Neo-fascism is in our face as reactionaries like Trump talk about exile in U.S. prisons and so-called criminals to foreign countries and foreign jails. These are realities that, while one try to focus in on just Trump himself, not recognizing that it's a network, of ongoing policies and hidden agendas. It's nothing new. We had Rex 84 back in the day. We had the King Alfred plan back in the day. Sorry for the disruption. So that's just like we're calling for the need for a radical student Congress, for example, that was modeled after SNCC, for example, but one more moderate version where we can have these type of dialogues, discussions, where we can try to bridge or bring some of these organizations and some of these groups together in the form of united fronts and united and coordinated with the movements of old and the movements of new, where we're educating people about the historical nature of some of these movements and the historical development, as well as former political prisoners and whatnot, and the work that they put in, to bring up a whole new generation. We need to introduce the younger people, the young activists to the Puerto Rican Independentistas movement, the Macheteros and so forth, the Afrikan Independence Movement, etc. And the work that was put in, we need for people to understand and know about the Ohio 7 and Anti-Imperialist, movements and the sacrifices that was made during the 60s and 70s. And not only that, the mistakes that was made and the tactics and strategies of the government that was demonstrated through COINTELPRO and so forth, as they now use the RICO Act to attack Cop City activists, and so forth, so that people can know how to defend themselves against such, So that's pretty much, what I want to say, and I kind of want to put out there for discussion and put it, so that we have a mindset. And again, we want to have something to come out of this where we solidify and consolidate it and can actually develop a strategy geared towards addressing some of these issues. All power to the people, free the land.